Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 5 of my Vancouver Whitecaps series for Football Manager 2016. So, we have the end of season game here against the Houston Dynamo. It was going to be against FC Dallas, but we did have the Houston game rescheduled for whatever reason. I'm not actually too sure why, but that happened. For some reason, it's like 11 days? Yeah, 11 days after our last game as well, which is very, very weird. But, oh well. I assume it has something to do with the NACL, the North American Champions League. Uh, so yeah, let's get into some fixtures first of all. We've got quite a few to go over, and something else to mention very quickly. But of course, the DC United 0-0 draw was the last game you guys saw in the previous episode. And we went on a very, very good run after this game. It was a real turnaround of the actual season. We managed to beat Real Salt Lake. Sorry, I'm still sick as you can tell. Real Salt Lake 4-1 at home. A very interesting game. We actually had a player sent off in Laba. But yeah, Teixeira, a Kyle Beckerman own goal, Fraser Aird with a penalty, and Kendall Waston in the 89th minute. And a man of the match performance as well for him there. Gave us all 3 points there against RSL. So that was good. We then managed to beat Sporting Kansas City 1-0 away from home. Kikuta Mana, the only goal scorer of the game, and of course getting a Man of the Match award there as well for his performance. The next game was the North American Champions League away game against San Francisco, the Panamanian team. We beat them 5-0, as you would kind of expect. Kikuta Mane with a hat-trick, Fraser Aird and Russell Tebert also on the score sheet for us there. We then versed FC Dallas. How many times have we versed them? Because I felt like we versed them like 4 times. I guess we didn't. We only versed them 3 times. Okay, so we drew 2-2 with them here at home. I guess they're a bit of a bogey team for us. We haven't actually beaten them this season. So Octavio Rivero got 2 goals in 4 minutes after they had already taken the lead through Barrios. They then got their equaliser in the 65th minute. And yeah, a little disappointing to draw that game. We followed that up with another draw to another Texan team in Houston, our opponents today. They opened the scoring through Eric Torres, and we got one back through Mezquita. The third draw, another 1-1 result here against Colorado. Teixeira getting our goal there, and Dilly Duca, which is an amazing name, getting the goal for Colorado. We then versed DC United once again in the North American Champions League, this time away from home. Beat them 2-0 here. Pretty impressive result, and basically this result secured our qualification into the next round of the North American Champions League. Kikuta Mana and Chris Korb with an own goal there, giving us the passageway to the, I think it's the quarterfinals. Yeah, it's the quarterfinals. So we're already into the quarterfinals, which is awesome. I think that plays out next season, though, at the start of next season at some stage. So that's really cool. We then managed to beat our rivals, Seattle, 3-2. I think they'd just gotten a new manager before this game as well. So pretty good to see that we actually beat them, because sometimes struggling teams, as soon as they get a new manager, can really turn things around. And they kind of did, but we managed to get our goal in the 63rd minute through Teixeira, which managed to give us the win here. The other 2 goals were scored by Rivero. Okay, we then versed San Francisco once again. I mean, it's a fairly straightforward result. A 4-1 victory. I played a few reserve plays and whatnot. Kudo got himself a hat-trick, which was incredibly surprising. I think that might have actually been his first goal he ever scored, and he managed to get a hat-trick as well, which is odd, to say the least. And we also had Kikuta Mana on the score sheet there as well. We then absolutely destroyed New York City, 6-0. Teixeira with a penalty, Mana with a brace, Kudo again on the score sheet, this time getting 2 goals, and Pomodo Carr also on the score sheet there for us. Yeah, just a pretty crazy result, to be honest. Really unexpected, to say the least. They are coming last. They probably have the worst team in the league at the moment as well. But it's odd, to say the least. And then we went on a 3-game losing streak. First of all, 4-2 loss to San Jose Earthquakes. Chris Wondolowski, Dawkins, and Salinas for San Jose there. Morales and Rivera getting our goals, and Mana also picking up a Man of the Match award. We then lost 2 times to FC Dallas, the first of which being at our home ground, a 1-0 loss, with their only shot on target, of course, as well, in the 10th minute through Benitez, and James Moberg, our central midfielder, picked up a Man of the Match award. We definitely should have won that game. We definitely didn't deserve to lose. And the second game was, of course, at the Toyota Stadium in Dallas, or in Texas, in Frisco, I suppose. And who else but Benitez once again. This time it was a little bit closer, although I did dominate in possession once again. And yeah, the 2 1-0 losses there, I don't know, they really hurt us. If you look at the MLS at the moment, we are actually sitting outside of the playoff spots. And I think if we win today and Sporting lose, we will actually go into the wildcard slots. So if we have a look at who Sporting Kansas City are actually versing, they're versing Los Angeles, and Los Angeles are not doing too well this season. They're actually only 3 points behind us, so I mean, goal difference will count there. They have -9, we have +11, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, I don't know. We could get into the playoffs. We could. It's a possibility. Hopefully we do. That'd be awesome for the first season. Another thing to mention, as you can see, Kikuta Mane is also in the... Well, he's 3rd in the average rating list on a 7.78 for the season, so that's awesome to see as well. We actually triggered his contract extension, so we got him for an extra year already, which is really good to see. He's only 20 years old as well, so that is pretty crazy. Okay, another thing to mention, we've also qualified for the North American Champions League once again, and I don't understand how it happened. I really don't understand. I'm thinking that it has something to do with our conference, but I'm just not sure. And if it doesn't have something to do with our conference, then it might be the Canadian Championship. But then again, I did lose in the semi-finals, so... Yeah, I'm kind of... It weirds me out a little bit that we're put into that competition, and I haven't really won anything or done anything too special. Okay, well, let's get to today's game anyway, against Houston. Of course, as I said, if we win and Sporting Kansas City lose, we will go into the wild card slot for the playoffs. I think we're just going to stick with this, will we? Yes, we will. Alright, so we're going to go with Usted in goals, Umete at right back, Parker and Carr as the 2 centre-halves, Harvey at left back. We're going to go with Laba, Moberg as our 2 central midfielders. Bolanos will be sitting in front of them with Morales on the left wing and Mana on the right wing. I'm going to go with Rivera up front as well. His form's been up and down throughout the whole season, to be honest. He scored 17 goals in the league, which is pretty good. I didn't really expect him to score that many goals. But like I said, he's not... he has patches where he's consistently scoring goals, and then he has other times when he's consistently not scoring any goals, and it's really annoying. But anyway, let's advance here. Have a little look at Houston's team. Apologies if I sniffle. I am actually quite sick still. It's pretty unfortunate. Okay. So apparently Eric Torres is actually their danger man. He did score a goal against us quite recently. I'm going to say I expect a win. We are at home, so I feel like that's kind of the right choice to make. Expect a win to cut the recent results of, well, bad form, I suppose. And of course, if we do win, like I've mentioned twice already, we will get that playoff spot. which would be perfect. Oh, I forgot to mention when we were on the main screen there, but I actually got the Canadian under-23s job for the Olympic qualifying, and we actually didn't manage to qualify. We came third in our group, which is really disappointing. And yeah, Cuba and the USA qualified to the next stage. And then I think the final was Mexico and the USA. So yeah, you'd kind of expect that. I think Mexico won it. So yeah, I'm not too sure how that works. Like which teams actually go into the Olympics, or if it's just Mexico. I wouldn't expect that, but anyway. Rivero's offside there. We've had 3 shots already, none on target, 72% possession, and yeah, Houston have a corner. Good save there by Usted. He kicks it out to Umete, to Lava. Oh, they just leave the ball behind, why don't you? Anyway, Moberg out wide to Morales, who puts it forward to Rivero. What can he do with it? Not a lot. Lays it back to Harvey. Harvey beats his man, but stops. Moberg. Rivero. Goal. Is he offside? No, he's not. Okay. 18th goal of the season. We're up into 6th, so we're in the playoff spots at the moment, which is awesome. But I think Sporting play after us, so yeah, we'll kind of be waiting on their result after I finish. But that's all good because I want to do a little bit of an end of season review, just going over the squad and who our best performers were and whatnot. Ooh, good cross, Rivero. Good block. Corner. Morales to take it. Back out to Morales, who kicks it straight into the man, and it goes out for a throw. Another corner. Mana gets on the edge of the box, plays it out to Morales. Back to Mana. Oh, good goal, Bolanos. That's his first goal of the season, and he scores in the last game. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Well, that's pretty much half time there, I think. So, yeah, we're playing pretty well. I'm quietly happy. Quietly. Don't let the boys know because, well, I obviously just did, but we can always fall apart. That's always a possibility with this team. I've found that they do have a tendency to sometimes give up leads unless it's really convincing. If it's tight, we can generally, we generally secede to the other team, which kind of sucks, but what do you do? But 2-0 is a pretty good lead. Yeah, definitely happy with it at the moment. Everyone's actually playing pretty well. No one's under a 7 at the moment, which is always good to see. Mane. Oh, gives the ball away, disappointingly. 2-on-2 here for Houston. Poor ball by Torres there. Bruin pumps it long to Beasley, who's a left back, I'm pretty sure. Beasley shoots and off the post. Wow. And it's just started to rain outside. Apologies if you can actually hear that, because it sounds like it's quite loud. And, yeah. Alright, so I think we're going to make a substitution here. I'm not too sure who we're going to bring Ed on, because he's on loan. We're going to bring Morales off, swap Ed and Mana around, so Mana will play out on the left. We'll see how that goes. Wow, it's really, really starting to come down. The rain, that is, of course. So I do apologise if you can actually hear that, because I'm kind of guessing that you will actually be able to hear it. Which sucks, but hopefully it's not too annoying for you guys. Obviously, there's nothing I can do. I can't control the rain outside. But it does look like we're going to get a very impressive first LiveCom win, and it comes right at the end of the season, episode 5. So, yeah. Umete plays to Moberg. Not really doing a lot, just running around. Parker plays it upfield to Ed. Ed crosses. Rivero gets in. 3-0. That seals it. Okay. So we've definitely beaten Houston. The question is, did Sporting Kansas City lose? That's the penultimate result that we need, really. And that's offside for Ricardo Clark there. We've got to throw in Umete to Moberg. Moberg back to Umete. Moberg once again on the edge of the box. Plays it in and it's cleared away. But Parker cuts it out. Harvey to Moberg. Bolanos. Running backwards. Plays it really wide to Umete, who just goes straight back inside. Laba. Bolanos. Rivero. Good save by their keeper there. That was a good save. Pretty solid. Harvey with the throw. Mane. Laba. Has to chase the ball down. To Carr, who plays it forward. Good ball to Mete, right in his foot. He's running backwards. Plays back to Moberg. Nearly a risky pass. Umete. Laba. Bolanos. Odd ball to play out to Mana there. That didn't really look like it was on. Mane. Rivero. Penalty ref. Raul Rodriguez gives away a penalty. And Rivero... Will Rivero take it? I guess he will, yeah. So Rivero will take it to make it 4-0. Can he slot it away? Yes, he can. 4-0. Pretty emphatic victory, to be honest. You know, we've lost our last 3 games in a row. Oh, Octavio Rivero's hit 20 goals now. That's his hat-trick, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's his hat-trick. Wow. Well, I mean, with this type of form... we're not really in form, but this is a pretty emphatic victory. I kind of want us to actually make the playoffs now. And try and, see how far we can go, I suppose. Beasley. Still Beasley. Good tackle by Mano there. Plays it up to Rivero, and that is full time. 4-0 victory over Houston. Brilliant way to end the season. I'm going to tell the boys I'm happy with the way they played. And for now, we have shot up to 6th position. Of course, we'll have to wait a little while to see if Sporting lose. Of course, all they have to do is either win or draw, so it's definitely in their hands. But we have put the pressure on them, which is good. So I'm going to advance a little bit here. We'll have a look if the result actually went our way. I really hope it did, but you just don't know. It's taking a while to process, actually. It doesn't usually take this long. And once again, guys, oh, here we go. Oh, it stopped. Give us all the fixtures, come on. This is called random. Okay, Sporting Kansas, they actually won. They beat Los Angeles 2-0. So this will be the final episode of this season, which is unfortunate. We're going to continue on here, though. We're going to have a little look at the squad and a few players. We'll have a look at average ratings, of course. The best performer, as you would kind of expect, is Kikuta Mane, with a 7.85 average rating in 31 games and 2 sub-appearances. He also scored 12 goals. That's pretty good for a right winger. Then we got Fraser Aird, who's our other right winger. 10 starts, 9 subs, 5 goals, 7.55. That's also really good. I might try and get him back on loan for next season. if Rangers will actually let him come, there's a possibility they probably won't because Rangers don't have the best team, and he's quite good. James Moberg, 7.46, 29 starts with 1 sub appearance. This guy, I shit you not, I was about to release him at the start of preseason, during preseason I should say, and he's actually in contention for Rookie of the Year, which is just crazy. Really surprised by this guy. He's actually developed quite nicely as well. He's actually turning into a decent central midfielder, and his physicals are looking a lot better than what they were. We then have Jordan Smith, who is on loan to us at the moment as well from Saprissa. Pretty much the only natural right back we have in the team at the moment. We do have a purchasing clause on him, a buyout clause of 166,000. So we could do that. We might do that. I'm not too sure. Obviously, you guys will see in the next episode, which will be pre-season, plus the first game of the MLS. We've got T-Bit here, 7.37, 31 games played, 2 goals. Morales, 26 starts, 2 sub-appearances, 9 goals, and a 7.36. Bolanov's actually got this similar rating to him, which is quite surprising. I didn't really think that would happen with a 7.36 there as well. A little bit under, surprisingly, we have Masato Kudo, who managed to pick up a pretty decent average rating, which is odd, because he was quite poor for most of the season, apart from the 2 games where he scored 5 goals in 2 games, which is odd, because he was crap, and he's always injured as well. We then have Estevez, who's the guy that we won in the allocation lottery, who's also been out injured for a little while, just come back, I believe, in the last week or so, as you can tell by his match fitness, sorry. He only played 5 games with 1 sub appearance, 7.32, that's pretty impressive. Although I do think most of his games he actually played... Oh no, actually, I was wrong about that. Let's have a look at that again. Okay, so he started 4 with 1 sub appearance in the league, and obviously his average rating is quite poor. And the 1 game that he played in the North American Champions League, he actually got an assist for. So that's probably diluted his overall average rating a little bit, so maybe we can't really read into that too much. Then we got Laba, 23 games started, 2 sub appearances, 7.27. Just under him is Kendall Waston, who I still always want to call Watson, but it's Waston, and he got a 7.22, which is 1 higher than Harvey, who's just underneath him, the 31-year-old left back. Very, very surprisingly, Umete, he really came into his own in the second half of the season. He was quite shocking at the start, and I was quite worried about him because he actually looks pretty good as a player anyway. And of course, he can cover pretty much the whole back line as well. He's got the pace to be a fullback. He's got the strength and jumping to be a centre back. Good heading, good tackling, pretty solid. Yeah, he did well. 7.17, not too bad. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to end it there because the rain is just bucketing down at the moment. It's somewhat of an Australian expression when it comes to rain, bucketing or pissing. Pissing's generally the term we use. It's pissing down right now. So thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the first season here with the Vancouver Whitecaps. I have enjoyed it, of course. We're through to the quarterfinals of the North American Champions League, which I didn't even realise we were entered in the first season. We just missed out. I'll go into the competitions here. We just missed out, of course, on the playoff spots, or the wild card playoff spot, which is a little bit disappointing. Overall, we came 13th, so not great, but it's pretty tight here from what 8th to 13th, I suppose. We're in the Western Conference, so yeah, we just missed out, 3 points away. And yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, but it is the first season. I can't expect too much. I haven't really been able to put a proper stamp on the team. Of course, we've got the draft coming up as well. I don't think I'll make a separate episode for that because I just don't really think it's needed, and I think the episode will be quite short. So I think I'll just join you back for episode 6, guys, which will be pre-season, as well as the first MLS game of the season. So yeah, thank you for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're a new viewer, and thank you for watching. Goodbye, guys.